Hello, I'm Mel Ochoa, the Chief Operating Officer at Landmark Ventures, and I'm broadcasting from our office in New York City. Welcome to the 2020 Social Innovation Summit. Make sure to use the digital program we emailed you to review our final agenda as you engage with us through the Summit portal. We first want to thank all of the essential heroes for their hard work during the pandemic, and we hope everyone watching is staying healthy and safe. We are also thinking of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and too many others, along with their families and communities. And we will continue to partner with the SIS community to drive much needed change for racial, economic, and social equity and justice in what is obviously still two unequal Americas. We discussed internally how we would respond to this unconscionable and far too familiar tragedy, knowing we are bringing together a large and action-oriented community. First and foremost, we want to create and enable a space for our speakers to have candid conversations in this moment, and for these thought leaders to help our attendees navigate toward action and change. We need to continue to build a community this week that will reinvent the structures that have led to our grief. This is the second time I've been in the office since mid-March. In our office kitchen, we post weekly questions, and when I came in this past Friday, the board still had our question from March. What is your favorite throwback song? And in big purple letters, Happy March, smiley face, exclamation point. It was a surreal moment when I saw the board because it felt like time had stopped. There was mail piled up at the front desk and delivery boxes scattered everywhere. I was walking into a world that has stood still since March. But time hasn't stood still. Our friends and coworkers have become sick. We've lost loved ones. Our frontline workers have had to perform miracles in a system bursting at the seams. 1 in 4 Americans are visiting food banks. Our educators and parents have had to do whatever it takes, and roughly 40 million Americans have filed for unemployment. I'm proud to live in New York City, and I've become even more entrenched in this city because of its unity as a community during COVID-19. As most of you know, and it might happen in your city as well, at 7 p.m. every day, the concrete canyons between the Freedom Tower to Harlem and from Broadway to Brooklyn clamor with shouts, whistles, clanking pots and pans, car honks, barking dogs, and clapping. And I even saw my neighbor hitting a guardrail with a shovel, all to make noise to let our healthcare heroes know that we appreciate them. It is the most poignant part of my day, with the city shouting to remind me that we are steeped in crisis layered upon crisis, from the injustice witnessed in Minneapolis to every hospital in the world. But in a strange way, it is my favorite part of the day because it reminds me that as humankind, when we are muted by disaster or racism, we make noise. We debated whether or not to hold the Social Innovation Summit considering these uncertain times. But having nearly 5,000 social impact leaders register to join us shows that as a community of change makers, we are ready to make noise. In deciding to move forward with the summit, we made the commitment to keep our high standards that you have come to expect from past social innovation summits, heightened even more by convening virtually with a truly global audience from 75 countries. Our agenda is the same inspiring lineup of speakers and thought leaders that you would find in person at our summit. Our attendees are the same driven social impact executives focused on systemic change. And we have worked hard to provide the same in-person experience, but online, by creating networking and breakout session opportunities. I'm extremely proud of our hardworking team for completely pivoting in the face of adversity and coming out stronger by giving us all a social innovation summit that is our best one yet. Ahead of us, we have 3 days of outstanding content and opportunities to exchange ideas and build partnerships. We've aligned our session themes with topics that matter today and also matter down the road as we disrupt systems and build a more equal and just tomorrow for all people, whether in criminal justice reform, workforce, housing affordability, disaster relief, education reform, or economic inclusion. We ask that you please treat these 3 days as preparation, much like New Yorkers getting out their pots and pans, because after the Social Innovation Summit ends on Thursday, and for the weeks and months ahead, we collectively, all together, need to be ready to make noise peacefully and lead our communities to recovery and opportunity for all, regardless of race, economic status, or zip code. As Governor Cuomo recently said, use this energy constructively instead of destructively and demand positive change. I now present the 2020 Social Innovation Summit experience by welcoming its founder and curator, Zeev Klein, with the president of Fidelity Charitable, Pamela Norley.